You had to campaign pretty hard after your last fight that you deserved a title shot next, and it took a little bit of waiting, but they gave it to you. How excited were you when they called you and said, hey man, this is going to happen?
Crazy thing, it was so satisfying to actually, one, get the win over Liam McGeary, top boy, you know, former world champion. But yeah, it was amazing to actually finally get the nod and say I'm fighting Ryan Bader for the title. Because as probably people know on social media, they said it might be King Mo. So obviously I put a tweet out to say this has to be fake news. But I don't know what happened, but obviously I got the nod, so you know, we are where we are now, so yeah, everything went to plan.
You fought for a title before. How comforting is that to you to know that you've been in there before and trained for a 5-round title fight, and now you get another chance at it?
I don't even consider the two the same, because when I fought Emmanuel Newton, I feel like I wasn't ready. You know, I wasn't training to my best. The training partners I had, you know, some of them were like welterweights. You know, I did have a light heavyweight called Lucas Klinger, but you know, he had his own life, so he had stuff to do, and I think he might have been out of the country at the time I was getting prepared. So I didn't have the training that I needed. I thought I was ready because I felt fit, but obviously in the fight I had 3 rounds in me. You know, so yeah, I don't think the two are the same. Now I'm in South Florida training with, you know, some of the best. I don't even got to mention names. And yeah, I feel like my time has just come perfectly right now. I just didn't have the people. Like I was the biggest name in my team back in England, and I just wasn't getting pushed. We just didn't have the training partners. That's all it was. So I would go there, and pretty much everyone would be a smaller weight. So I would go there, and I'm like, who am I going to spar with? And then my coach Darren, he would come hold mitts for me. It's all good holding mitts, but it's not the same as getting pushed, getting to that point where you want to quit because these boys are beating you up, you know, Shark Tanks and stuff. So yeah, big difference coming over here.
Before Ryan Bader came over here, was he a guy that you looked at and kind of followed his career a little bit as someone that, hey, maybe one day down the road he might be a guy that I'm going to get a chance to fight? Yeah,
because as I say, watch all the MMA promotions. So yeah, I was looking at everyone pretty much, thinking one day I might fight them if I go to UFC or go to Bellator or whatever. So yeah, I've always been watching his career. You know, pretty much that's all I really do watch is the light heavyweight, middleweights, light heavyweights, and heavyweights. That's where my main focus is on. Some reason, maybe because I'm big, I like the big guys, you know, banging. So yeah, I've definitely been watching him. He has experience. He's fought some of the toughest. You know, but other than that, I feel like we match up perfectly because a lot of people think I'm a wrestler. I'm totally not a wrestler. I'm a grappler. The only time I did wrestling was when I actually came here to Florida. So yeah, I feel like we match up perfectly because my style, I feel like no one can imitate it. So, you know, even though he gets other guys in, but I just feel like my technique, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do, but it works.